super important because I feel like when people are flipping through the magazine, they can see themselves in it. You know, they can feel a part of it and feel like they can own, you know, being on the beach in a bikini or in whatever they want to wear. So I think it's amazing.
Tara, what are your thoughts having seen this for so long?
Well, I think it's amazing, and I'm about expanding the definition of beauty and showing that there's more than one type of beauty. And so by her being on that cover, she's that representative to show that beauty comes in all colors, and not in a niche way, but in a mass way for it to be accessible to everybody. Every person that looks at that magazine cover walking by it sees beauty, no matter what your background is. So super important.
Absolutely. I know just my personal journey with this was very empowering. I had to dig deep and I had to think about what exactly I wanted to represent in my photo shoot, and I hope that my vulnerability allows other women to realize that we're not as different as we think and that we really are all in this together.
You feel the love in the air tonight?
Yes, I mean, I've got my latex on. I've got my man with...
Well, for me, taking ownership of my body and taking ownership of my story and my sexuality is huge. And having SI be a part of that with me it's incredible because they have totally backed me in everything that I've said, that I've done, and they allow me to do it in my photo shoot. So I think there's something really great about a woman just expressing herself whichever way she chooses, and mine is through photo shoots. And it was a phenomenal shoot, and I really can't wait to see the rest of the girls tonight.
I think for women, feeling empowered to speak their stories is very important. I also think that the people around who are seeing it happening need to speak out. It doesn't have to always be the victim. It needs to be people who know what's right and want to make change, even if it's not happening to them.
Now, you've been an advocate of that for so long. Why is it so important to you to get that message out?
Because it is very important I don't think it's so much to ask for women in a professional setting to be treated as professionals.
Well, the fashion industry, of course, is very guilty of objectifying women, and that's just the job that it is. But again, unless the fashion model has been drafted through slavery and she has no voice about whether she wanted to be in fashion or not, she's actually doing it herself. And as such, she has absolute right to do so. So there you go.
But what about sexual harassment in the fashion industry?
Well, it would be really nice for guys to figure out that just because a woman is pretty doesn't mean that he can lose all self-control and go at it like, you know, a wild dog. And men apparently haven't gotten that memo yet. But I think eventually, if we persist, they might understand what it's about. It's not, our bodies were not created for men's pleasure. They were created for us. And if I want to give you the pleasure of sharing my body, that's my choice. And when you figure this out, you'll be a much better guy.